Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go.
If you're wondering what day it is, let me tell you, it's Friday! And on that note, we get it started. Welcome, wherever you are. And we also want to let you know that there is a Jamaican actress who is doing very, very well. Her name is Kimberly Huie, and she's going to be my guest at 9:30 this morning. She has some big credits to her name in the world of movies and acting and so on. We want to be talking to her this morning at 9:30. Right now, it's approaching that time for WTF. And it's that time now. It's 25 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Welcome to WTF. We call it What the Fact. This morning the heading is Human Alarm Clocks. What do we want to tell you about human alarm clocks? Well, before the alarm clocks and way before smartphone alarms, there were people who were called knocker-uppers. Who's that? They were called knocker-uppers. And they would literally knock, as you just heard, on people's windows and wake them up in time for work. That's where I come from, you know. Yeah, up until the 1970s, as a matter of fact, knocker-uppers used a long stick. Sometimes they used soft hammers, even rattles or pea shooters to reach their clients' windows, and they would go there at the appropriate time, and you'd hear, the knocker-upper is there. Wake up! And that was your signal to get up at the appropriate time. Things are different these days because we have all kinds of other gadgets and stuff that help us along. And in some instances, if your body gets really accustomed to waking up at a certain time, then you have your own built-in human alarm system. But that is where it's all coming from. The human alarm clocks is what we focused on this morning inside of WTF. What the fact? These are the kinds of facts that we share with you, by the way, every weekday morning at 7:25 during Up and Go. About a situation with me trying to get the reach for the birth of one of my children. Oh boy, I tell you, it happened overseas. Yeah, and I got myself at the last minute on a flight, and my niece was in the room with my wife, and she was updating me. And I'm calling constantly while the plane is just about to taxi off the runway now. I said, let me make one more call. And I heard my niece say, because I'm trying to get there for the birth, my niece says, Uncle, he's got a lot of hair. Baby born already. Baby born, I'm in a tick off yet, Richard. I actually started to cry. Anyway, that was then. This is now. I didn't make that one. There's another story about the other one too, but another time for that. Anyway, a couple of days ago, if you recall, I told you that there is information that I gleaned that a certain reggae artist had brought a lawsuit against a label. The details are now just being made public, and I can share what I have with you. Itana is the artist that we're talking about, and she basically says, I just want what is legally mine. That was the declaration from Itana, the two-time Grammy Award nominee, as she confirmed that she had filed a groundbreaking lawsuit against VP Records in the Supreme Court in the state of New York. And this is over artist royalties, mechanical royalties, public performance royalties, and other monies allegedly due to her. So the news has now emerged that Itana, whose real name is Shauna Mackenzie Morris, and Free Mind Music LLC, that they had filed this lawsuit in the Supreme Court of New York against VP and a slew of their subsidiaries. VP Records Retail Outlet Inc., VP Music Group Inc., VP Records Distributors LLC, VP Records of Brooklyn LLC, Greensleeves Publishing Limited, and STB Music Inc. So it is now public. As I said, we had the information, didn't want to necessarily jump out with it until the appropriate time. And what I can tell you this morning, and this is by way of speculation, from what we're gleaning, it might be in the double figures in US dollar terms that she is actually seeking. So it is obviously something groundbreaking and quite monumental. And the world will be watching this, especially the reggae world, to see what happens with this case that Itana has brought against VP Records. Time now for Proverb of the Day. First of all, I want you to listen to the proverb. We'll share after that the translation, followed by the explanation. Here's today's proverb.
No mug, no broke, no coffee, no dashway.
I want to play it one more time for persons who are not necessarily in Jamaica and who have difficulty understanding the patois. So let's test them a little bit more by playing it one more time. Today's proverb.
No mug, no broke, no coffee, no dashway.
You can imagine some people going, what did she just say a while ago? All right, so what she said was, no mug, no broke, no coffee, no dashway. Okay? Coffee spelled C-A-W-F-E-E, by the way, in reference to coffee. So the translation in English to that proverb in patois. Here's the English translation. The mug is not broken, therefore the coffee is not thrown away or wasted. So, what do you make out of that? Here's the official explanation for that Jamaican proverb. Even in the most difficult of times, if total devastation has not occurred, one should count his or her blessings. In other words, do not blow simple matters out of proportion. That is what that proverb is all about. No mug, no brook, no coffee, no dashway. I like that one. Remember that as you go through today, as you go through the weekend as well. That was our Jamaican proverb. And we have an interview coming up with Dr. Melody Ennis, the Director of Family Health Services in the Ministry of Health and Wellness. By the way, this segment is courtesy of the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And Dr. Ennis is going to be discussing with us this morning COVID-19 vaccination and concerns that some Jamaicans just may be having at this time. Good morning and welcome once again, Dr. Ennis. How are you doing today?
I am well, thank you. Good morning, and how are you?
I am doing well also. Great to have you. And you know where I'm going to start, Doc? I have to get an update on how last weekend went and how the vaccination program has been going in terms of numbers.
So we press on, and we have been pressing. We vaccinated some 19,000 persons in the last week.
Okay.
That brings our number up to 1,278,987 persons receiving a dose of the vaccine. Mm-hmm. And for persons fully vaccinated, we are at 605,381 persons. Now, this is 31.8% of our target population and 22.4% of the general population. Mm-hmm. We have not been doing too badly with our children. We vaccinated just over 3,000 children last week. We are at 50% of that population receiving a dose and 22.9 or 23% being fully vaccinated.
Mm-hmm. You know, I have to ask also, did you actually make that 5,000 that I promised you for last weekend? Or you came close, I hope?
We did 3,000 mash.
Okay. All right. At the end of the
mash.
At the end of this feature, I'll put out another number and hope that we make it this weekend. All right?
Oh yes.
Yes. Do you sense though that what is happening out there is pretty much the attention being given to Omicron and the awareness and so on? Why you're maybe seeing those numbers looking the way they are?
Well, we note that whenever there is a shortage of vaccines, whenever there's a new variant, whenever the hospitalizations increase, then we see an uptick in the vaccine within the country. That's not what we really want to wait on, because those are not good monitors. We really would prefer persons to just come out and get vaccinated because we have vaccines.
Why is it important? We have to sometimes reiterate these points, Dr. Ennis. Why is it important for us to be fully vaccinated?
It is to protect self primarily, and by extension to protect the rest of the country, and in this global village to contribute to protecting the world. So what the vaccines do is stimulate our bodies to make germ-fighting tools. So we are stronger when the virus comes into us. We can put it to rest. Now, when you get vaccinated, you may contract COVID, but the sequelae or the outcome is different if you're vaccinated. We see the numbers clearly. 98.5% of persons in our setting right here in country are the persons unvaccinated in hospital dying. So yes, you may contract the illness, but you certainly will be spared from being hospitalized, from being placed on the ventilator and possibly dying. So you are protecting self. Now, studies have come out to show that persons who are vaccinated may transmit a little less than persons who are not. So that, again, goes to helping the general population to come out of this pandemic.
What do you say to the individual who's listening right now who feels that, taking the jab could have a long-term negative effect on their health?
That is not what is being borne out by the science. That's not being borne out by the statistics. We are, I'm sure, just by observation, most of the myths are being put to rest. Persons continue to get pregnant who have been vaccinated. The males continue to impregnate them, so there is no challenge in that area. There is no congenital abnormalities to the babies. Babies are being born to persons who are vaccinated, and the babies are okay. We know that there is no tracking device that is placed inside of us. We also know that there is no change in us after we take the vaccines. We are the same persons yesterday as we are today after taking the vaccines. But what we do know is that those persons who are vaccinated are not being admitted. Of course, we are going to have breakthrough infections. Nothing is full 100, but it's better to be close to 100 than close to 0.
Mm-hmm. Outside of taking the vaccines, though, what else can we do or should we do to protect ourselves during this pandemic?
It is what we must do. We must wear our masks properly, covering the nose and the mouth. It is very disheartening to go on the roads to see persons with the mask under their chin, and even if they have the mask on properly, as they are about to greet you and speak, they pull the mask down. Absolutely not. It is when we're speaking, when we're singing, when we're shouting, when the droplets are flying. So the masks need to be on properly, covering the nose and the mouth. We must hand sanitize, hand wash, not only our hands, but we must clean those high-use areas, high-touch areas, the doorknobs, the laptops, the cell phones. Yes, those areas must be cleaned regularly. And, of course, the business of physical distancing. The droplets pass from person to person. And if you're in close contact, it is easier for my droplets without my mask to get to you, to get into your nostrils, your mouth, your eyes. So physical distance is absolutely critical. And that's 6 feet, by the way.
I'm going to put a scenario to you, Dr. Ennis. If you're in, say, a meeting or you're having a long conversation with a group of individuals and you've been wearing your mask, but you'd like to take a little break. Let's say you're out in the open. What do you do? Move away from those individuals for a little bit, pull it down, catch your breath, and go back to the conversation. How do you advise in a situation like that?
So we are not recommending that you take a break.
Okay.
We're not recommending that you remove your mask any at all because you are getting adequate oxygen. The mask is preventing droplets. It is not preventing the air that you're breathing. So you're not stifling. You're not going to suffer anything untoward by keeping the mask on. There is no fresher air that you can get. So that is not the recommendation at all. You keep your mask on once you're in the public space.
I've interviewed a couple of principals who speak from time to time about what they call mask breaks. Is that also something that is not recommended for the students in school?
It's not recommended. We don't want you to touch the mask any at all. Once the mask is placed on the face and it's fitted properly, and you should do that before you leave out. You make sure that it's fitted properly, that you can cough in it, you can yawn in it, you can open mouth widely, and it's not moving, it's not shifting, it's not falling below your nose, it fits snug. Then you make those adjustments and then you move out. So you don't have to touch it throughout the day. And of course, their masks may get soiled, they may get wet. Those have to be changed. So you might not be able to keep on said mask for the entire day. You may have to have one or two to change throughout the day.
I'm really happy that I have you on so that you can clear up these issues. So basically what you're saying is outside of maybe when one is taking a break to have lunch maybe or a meal, ideally all other times the mask should be on.
It should be. And remember, when you're removing the mask now, you remove.
Seems like we lost her. Wow. Interesting discussion we're having with Dr. Melody Ennis. It's a sponsored segment, by the way, courtesy of the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And she is, of course, the Director of Family Health Services in the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And it's all about stuff to do with the nation's health, especially at this time in a pandemic. And she was very, very clear and spoke in unequivocal terms a while ago, pointing out that the mask should be on at all times. You find a lot of that happening to Audley, where people actually want to pull the mask down to speak to individuals and so on. But that is not recommended. Not at all. Dr. Ennis has, in fact, rejoined us. Doc, are you there?
I am here.
Yes, thank you. Welcome back. All right, so you're making a point.
I was speaking to when we're removing the mask.
Yes.
That we're not to touch the front of the mask. We're to use the loop over the ears and, remove from both ears. You remove and you place the mask down. And if you're putting the mask back on, you don't need to touch it again. You put back over your ears. Now, if you need to fix the nose bridge snugly, you will squeeze and ensure it's under your chin. But immediately after doing that, you must hand sanitize or hand wash.
Yeah, very, very important point. Now, where can Jamaicans go if they need to get more information about the vaccines that are available in Jamaica and so on?
So you can visit our website, of course, www.moh.gov.jm, but there's also another site. It's vaccination.moh.gov.jm. That gives you a little bit more in-depth information on the vaccines themselves, the frequently asked questions about the vaccines. If you're not getting online, please contact your nearest health center, your nearest health department. They'll be able to give you information.
And several sites will be open this weekend for persons who'd love to get the vaccination?
Oh, yes. Our sites will be up and running this weekend, and in short order later today, that listing will be posted both on social media and in traditional media. I can preempt just one site. I know we'll be in Crossroads tomorrow, Retirement Road, just across from Sampara Supermarket. We'll be there, so persons coming out to Crossroads Market, walk with your ID, come across, get vaccinated.
All right. Last week I attempted to deliver 5,000 vaccinations. We didn't quite make it. You said it was 3,000 something. This week I'm going to try to offer 5,000, anywhere between 5,000 and 5,500.
The challenge is out, and
Yes,
we are able to vaccinate. So come on, Jamaica, let's make this happen.
All right. Thank you so much, Doc. Have a great day. We appreciate it as always.
You too.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right. There you have it. Go out and get vaccinated and ensure that you're in good health and can, in fact, fight off this scourge that's on the world. My goodness, that was, of course, a chat with the Director of Family Health Services in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Dr. Melody Ennis. And we always have a wonderful time talking with her. And it's that time on a Friday morning when we make that trek over to Toronto, Canada, and connect with G98.7 and the Great Music Morning Show with, of course, Red and J. Martin. From Richie B here on Up and Go on the Bridge 99 FM, we say good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Sun
How are
is
you
shining.
doing? Yes, it is. And the weather is fine.
On your side of
At any
things.
rate.
On your side, here we had a major snowstorm. Thank you for checking in. Richie was like, "Are you okay, Red?"
Yeah, we missed the Tuesday Up
Wow.
and Go. So we're back here on Friday, a fantastic Friday. And I'm jealous, because I'm looking at you on the screen and I was just there last week.
Nobody, we
Right.
didn't rush you back.
No,
you
you
could have stayed.
Oh my gosh.
You had
I
enough
wish I did
connections.
stay.
You could have stayed at homes. You could have stayed at hotels. But you
course.
chose to go back.
Or I could have even caught at your store. But in all kindness, on behalf of the G98 family, I want to thank you guys for giving me open arms. Big up Jody Ann and Julianne and the whole crew. Everybody was so awesome and amazing. And man's like Oddly. Oh, I can't wait, Red, for you to get there with me. I can't wait, Red, for you to get down there.
Wow.
Hey, Red.
I've heard about it. And Richie, I want to say thank you for, sending that rum cream. I haven't touched it yet. And thank you to Jay for sneaking it through
Transporting, yes.
customs. Because I know when they asked you, how many bottles do you have? Jay, what did you say?
I didn't even say anything. I kept that mum is the word. 'Cause I was like,
Officer, I don't even drink.
I'm like, if I don't carry back this rum cream, Richie, I have to hold it like a baby.
Oh,
'Cause
gosh.
if I don't carry back her red basket
right.
rum cream, trouble.
Let me tell
Trouble
you.
with a capital C.
No, it was good. I'm Richie. Richie's the bomb. Richie's like, which flavor do you want? Rum and raisin,
She didn't know.
chocolate, coconut. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Original.
I forgot there was so many. Yes. So
Yeah.
thank you. It's in my coffee right now.
All right, you're welcome. Now, Jay made one stop here at the station, and now all the ladies are talking about him. So,
What? Whoa.
yeah,
Wait a minute.
it's
I need
like
to
that.
wait a minute, please.
I have to be dealing with that.
Wait a minute.
I have to be dealing with
Wait
that.
a minute.
This is why I love Jamaica, because they think thick is proper. You understand what I
So
mean?
wait,
In Canada,
Richie.
I'm fat. In Jamaica, I'm large and in charge. You see me?
I have to tell you, Jamaica really lifts everybody's self-esteem.
Of
As soon as you
course.
get off the plane, it's like a woman's self-esteem just goes through the roof. You know what I'm saying? So wait a minute. What did the lady say? I need to hear this. Say it
Don't give me no
slowly.
gossip. Man and man,
Who
Come
doesn't-
on.
We're
What
not
did
going
they
to take
say?
tales out of school, but he's not talking about his
There we
voice.
go.
It's talking about his
Right.
vibe and all
we
kinds
go.
of stuff
His
going on. His
voice?
personality.
We
Yo.
had a great time.
Wow, his voice.
I'm just
Look at
getting ready
Jay.
for when you get down there. So I'm taking all the love now, because when she gets there, we're all back again.
All I want to say to you, bro, is when I grow up, I want to be like you.
What is going on?
Don't worry, you'll
God.
get your turn. You'll get your
What
turn.
happens in Jamaica stays in Jamaica, I guess.
Well,
Okay.
what happened in Barbados has now been noted by the world. Congratulations to Mia Motley.
Yes.
Yes. Have you spoken to her yet?
I haven't. I'm friends with her brother.
I
Like we
know.
grew up together.
Right.
I haven't, but my mom has been on the phone and just really, it's all been about politics in Barbados. And it's great to see change in the Caribbean, and I feel like it's trickling all over the world. And shout outs to the Honorable Mia Motley and all the Motleys. They've done a great job. You know what I mean? Her father is a judge, and she comes from a family of lawyers. So they've all put in their work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She beat them bad. It's 30-0. I mean, nobody won even one seat. Her party won everything. It's a clean sweep. So we say
everyone loves the numbers. The numbers show. Everyone loves.
Yep.
Right now, we got to get into some music, and we've got brand new Shensia. Have you heard this one with Megan Thee Stallion?
Lick.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
I know you've seen the video.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Right.
Lick just came out. Today?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were a little nervous. You thought we were going to drop
the non-edited version?
Right.
No. This is radio. Period super producers like, no way he's not losing his job today.
No.
Do you think there's any resemblance with WAP with Lick?
Very
that is
similar.
Exactly, and they want the
Yes.
exact same
Concept?
Yes, they want to make it win, so it's a championship.
I think it's
partnership.
better.
You think it's better?
I think it's better. Maybe
Yeah.
just the West Indian vibe. I need that beat and that once boom boom turn up. Yeah, I'm about it.
You hear her? You hear her? You hear her? Brucking out on a Friday morning.
Well, it is. It's a dance hall. I feel like it's a good little dance hall vibe.
So can
you know
I ask
what
a
I mean?
question for the listeners? What do you wear when you're hearing this song? What is
What
Red
do
wearing?
I wear? Am I in Jamaica? In my mind?
Yeah, in your
or
mind.
am I
What do you wear?
Definitely a bodysuit. I like a onesie. I like a bodysuit. I feel like I just like a bodysuit.
And
I
what the
feel like-
shoes? The shoes?
Those shoes that they had on the video, no, not
No,
those.
but what are you wearing with that bodysuit?
I know the stripper shoes are coming back
Okay.
in, but not those. With a bodysuit, like a clear kind of sandal, with a clear
Just
heel.
want to make sure we
a
know.
little
You
bit
see,
of
Richie, we got to
platform.
make sure
Oh, yeah.
the
Some
ladies
red
are
bottoms,
listening.
some red
because when the
bottoms.
song comes on, we want to know what she's wearing.
Some red bottoms.
And when she dresses up like that, she usually posts, so we get a chance to see.
Richie, you're too much. You're too much.
Well, before you go on, Richie, big shout outs to Marvin. He was the one that Bobby got to bring me from Ochi to Kingston and back, and he was a great
Wow.
host. And he dropped me off at KFC to get some chicken.
you know
That a
Marvin.
big
You know
deal.
You
Marvin.
didn't bring any?
I wanted to.
You know Marvin called me about 4 times, right?
Not a
And,
boy,
and
man.
every
so
time
big him
Marvin
up.
go, wait, who's this? You just called me?
Yeah, he lives on that phone.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Were you busting jokes? We
did a bit. He was funny. He was a great guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Big ups to
Nice.
the folks at the wedding that you MC down there
Yes,
on the
yes,
coast
they had
as well.
a wonderful wedding. Julia,
Yeah.
she loved it. Respect to her and her new man. Her new husband is from Jamaica.
Okay.
So hopefully she can import him back to Canada with her.
You did not say that.
No, man, they're married now. It's great. It was a fun time.
Okay, let's talk about what's wicked. This was great news. Jamaican bobsled team qualifies for Olympics for
yeah.
first time in 24 years. The 4-man Jamaican bobsled team will hit the track in Beijing in their first trip to the Winter Olympics in nearly a quarter century. Jamaica scored the final spot in the 28 sled competition, qualifying based on international results this season. This is huge for Jamaica and just for Caribbean people. I thought it was amazing. I mean, we've heard this story before, and hopefully, you guys have some winnings. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think they're actually participating in about 4 events, and that is big
Right.
for a country that doesn't even see snow. You know what I mean?
It's
And
true.
of
Wow.
course, their exploits back in the day also inspired that movie, Cool Runnings, and
Right.
I suspect they'll continue to make the news wherever they go. Good luck to the team for sure.
I have
Sure.
a question. Where do they practice?
They
Yeah, that is a
practice?
good question.
On a snow cone? Like, where do they practice?
Wow, on a snow cone with some
they
condensed
practice
milk, please.
overseas.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Okay.
they actually do practice on snow. That's
Yeah.
a good question.
Well, they do practice on snow, but I'm wondering how their bodies, you know what I mean, deal with the cold weather. But we don't know say anything out of Jamaica.
You know,
Fast,
Jamaicans are
fast,
fighters.
fast.
You
and
know.
strong, and strong. The land of what? What's it called? How's it
Wood
go?
and water.
You don't fall for her, eh? She's
land.
pulling you in, Richie. She's
Look at
pulling you
Richie.
in.
Richie's so professional with the headphones
He's
and the
so
striped shirt, like
professional.
the land.
OMG. Well, thankfully, the temperatures and the weather is not as bad as it was last week, a few days ago, when you were not even able to turn up to work.
Hold it down. Hold it down. It was very, very dangerous. I will say this, they were expecting about, 20, 30 centimeters of snow. We got like 60 centimeters in some places.
I saw a reporter out there filing a report, and snow was past his knee.
Right.
That's soft, Richie. Like, even leaving the office on the day me and Pete tried to come in, we shouldn't have come in that day, but when we left, I sat in front of the building for 2 hours. I took an hour nap in my car because you just couldn't move.
Wow.
He was there for like 4 hours.
It took me
I think
4 hours to get home.
Legit.
Yes.
And, and it's dangerous because some people don't have snow tires, so you see cars spinning. Lots of accidents. We even saw a car on IG that was like on fire, I guess, because somebody was revving the engine. And
the engine,
It caught on fire.
Oh, gosh.
That was the craziest thing I saw. There was a couple of, what else do we see? Oh, people were shoveling on the highway.
Yeah, that's how
and
I
they were
got
helping
home.
neighbors. You were saying
Yeah,
that.
if the guys
There was
didn't
a
have their
wall.
shovels on the driveway, on the highway, we wouldn't have got out on the on-ramp because the on-ramp got blocked with all the snow that the plows were pushing off the highway. So no one could get on or off the highway. So if we had to shovel our way out to get on, and we got on.
Well, I
Yeah.
hope the worst is behind you, and that things will continue to improve going forward.
Well, actually,
snow is
Richie, we're
behind us,
expecting
but-
deep freeze this weekend.
Oh, Lord.
So we're expecting temperatures to drop as low as -20. Is that right, Pete? And the wind chill is going to be what?
Like minus 30, 35.
I'm staying home, drinking my rum
All right.
cream,
That's what's
doing my
it.
pajama jam on
Yes.
G98.7, and just chilling. And, we use this time to really connect with families and, at home and abroad. Thank goodness we don't have to get a phone card anymore.
No, we don't.
You could just call on WhatsApp,
Yes, and Richie B, you can WhatsApp us some sunshine.
That's
Just go
right.
outside and just press
Zap
the
it.
WhatsApp whole button, and,
I will
and
definitely
WhatsApp
do
us some
that.
sunshine. So when I hear no talking, but I'm just gonna feel the heat coming from your WhatsApp message. I can chill with that.
All right. Listen, there was a side story that I also saw where there were about 4 persons who were trying to cross the border into the United States, and they got stuck and they died, including 2 children, I think it was. Very, very sad story. Yeah. They were trying to make it over into the U.S., and the bad weather hit them, and they just couldn't move. And they were discovered, I think, a couple of days ago. So that's a sad story.
I
that we
saw something like that, but
sad.
I saw it when the story first broke, but I wasn't sure what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, our thoughts and prayers goes out to the family. It really is, it's a hard one, and they even said you should stay home if you don't have to go to work. Stay home because it keeps everyone safer on the roads and allows the plow trucks to just come through and clear everything. And they actually had to take the snow, Richie, to like special areas. They have like special grounds for
Like a
snow,
dumping ground
like a
for it.
dumping ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Too
there's,
much of
there's
it.
that much of it. Yeah. So now the
I
deep
like
freeze.
Toronto in the summertime. Let me tell you that.
Right? It is a beautiful city in the summer,
Absolutely,
especially.
and one of the cleanest too. The first time I visited Toronto, I was coming from New York City, and it was quite a shocker when I got to Toronto in terms of what I
that's
was
a
seeing.
switch.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was quite a
It's
switch.
a cleaner New York.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
vibe. All right, listen,
is.
we're out of time. It was fun today. People, you can follow me at Richie B _up and go. Where can they follow you, Red and J?
At Red in Dust City, DA City on IG.
And J Martin Comic on IG as well.
And don't forget at G98.7 FM.
And at the Bridge 99 FM. All right, ladies, Red and J, have a great weekend.
I know, Richie. Don't worry.
Ladies.
Now that I know you, I know on the bad talk you fling my way.
Okay.
That is supposed to include the ladies in the studio.
Yeah,
Here at the
it's all
bridge.
men on this side,
Have a
but we're
good
not
weekend.
complaining.
Have a
you
good
too.
weekend.
Have a
Much
great
love.
one. Talk to you too.
All right, take care. We could go on and on because it's always so much fun with our team up there in Toronto. Yeah, we're surrounded by ladies, and that's how it is. Red and Jay, always fun. Right now, we have a very important guest to speak with. She's an award-winning actor, a writer, and producer, and she was recently seen opposite Octavia Spencer in Self-Made for Netflix, and she can also be seen recurring in the upcoming OWN WB, meaning Warner Brothers nighttime drama Kings of Napa. Her name is Kimberly Huie, and she's my guest at this time. She's Jamaican. Good morning, Kimberly.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations. Your career is definitely on the up and up. So many big things are happening to you. and I want you to share some of that with us. First of all, though, who is Kimberly Huie?
Who is Kimberly Huie? Okay. I'm going to start from the beginning. Born
Yes.
in Jamaica. We left when I was 5. And so I grew up in Canada mostly. And then I started acting. And I've been going around the world with that. And here I am today between New York and Toronto.
And you've put in quite a bit of work. Tell us a little bit more in greater detail about your journey as an actress.
It's been a long journey, you know.
Condense it as best you can, yes.
Well, so I started as a child, I guess. That was when the bug bit. I was bit by the bug. And I would do impressions and reenact things that I would see, movies that I watched with my mom. And then they got me into a little acting group where we lived. And I did that. But then it was time to, focus on studies. And that was not a career path. And so I kind of had to circle back around after I finished, during university, I started doing some more commercials and started to audition for smaller things. And once I was able to start working, then my parents could see, okay, maybe this is viable. But yeah.
Were they in your support from the get-go?
They don't want to. They didn't want to say no, but they did.
Okay.
Basically, it was, well, that might not be the wisest path, right? They don't want, no parent wants their child to struggle. I think that's the bottom line.
Yes.
So they were advising me to seek other options, have a backup plan, all those kind of, good advice. It's good advice, really.
Well, I'm sure that they're very proud of what you have gone on to become.
Yeah, they were.
Yes. You have worked alongside some big names in the world of movies. For instance, alongside Octavia Spencer. When you converse with somebody like Octavia, for instance, does she give you pointers? What kind of conversations do you have?
It's kind of like, unless somebody asks for advice, it's kind of a no-no to like direct another actor. Like that's the director's job.
Yes.
So, she wouldn't do that, but you would absolutely be able to have a conversation about, as peers, of, well, this is what I want to do in the scene, or this is, how do you feel about this? Is it okay if I address, I don't know, now today we have to ask everything because there's so many different things, but can I touch you here? Can I grab your arm this way? Those are the kinds of things that people would have a conversation about, but not so much like unless asked. Yes, advice could be given.
All right. I understand that you're quite fluent in French as well. Is that an asset in your field?
I guess it maybe could be. It has been. Sure. The more things you can bring personality-wise, to speak French, to be able to do a proper French accent even, to do a Jamaican accent, a proper one. It's a little pet peeve of mine. But yeah, those are all assets. And anything that you can bring to make a role more believable, make a character a real person, and a caricature.
Yeah. Your experience as a storyteller has also no doubt benefited you in your movie career. Can you tell us how you got into storytelling?
How I got into, when I think of storytelling, I think of kids.
Yes.
And, to engage them. And it's really no different than adults, right? So the same ways that you'd use different voices and try to keep things dynamic and interesting to engage a child, it's the same with storytelling as an adult. But might not be using crazy little voices or things like that, but you do things with lighting and sound. But that's all what storytelling is, right? Films, TV, books. It's all versions of the same.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of keeping it interesting to keep people hooked.
Yeah. You now are playing a role in the drama series, The Naps King. What can you tell us?
Kings of Napa.
Oh, the Kings of Napa. And I wanted to ask you, how much are you enjoying that role, and what can you tell us about the character that you play?
I am loving Grace Dixon. And I'm so excited because we're talking about her just in time. She gets introduced this coming Tuesday. The show we just aired the second episode. So it is up and running. Please tune in. It's on OWN, Oprah's network, OWN TV with Warner Brothers as well as producers. And what's fun and fascinating and interesting about the show is it's a level of Black excellence that we don't see a lot. They're a winemaking family in the Napa Valley. It's as stush as you can get. I mean, the set decoration, the fashion, the art on the walls, it's all like of the highest level.
Yes. And
it's just the way that they live. You know, it's not really like a big deal made of it. We're just getting a look at this life. And Grace is a wine designer, shall we say. So I get to play a woman that helps create wine.
Yeah, wow. Fantastic. I hope I get a chance to see it sometime soon and see in action. When I asked you about that role, your face lit up on my screen. It's I have to ask you then, is this like your favorite role so far?
I'm really excited about this project. I mean, I've had projects that I've loved, roles that I've loved, but they weren't necessarily things that I was excited about sharing with the world. That's not true. What I'm trying to say is this is so positive. So as an actor, sometimes I get excited about a role, but it's exciting for me as a performer to play because it's a life that I would not live, right? Like to live a junkie or something like that. But it's exciting to play,
yes,
or a gangster, whatever, things that are outside. But this is somebody to celebrate. It's a project to celebrate. It's all positive and it's Black excellence, and I'm excited for the world to experience it.
Definitely worth watching, you'd say, right?
Yes.
What's next for you beyond Kings of Napa? Can you tell us?
Well, lots of things have gotten shaken up because, this little Omicron, this ongoing pandemic. So the thing that I was looking forward to next is on hold. So there's, I don't know what I can say about that, but, we keep auditioning for new things and I'm creating something. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with everybody soon too.
All right. Before you go, Kimberly Huie, there are many young folk out there listening right now who maybe have an interest in acting. What advice would you share with them before you go?
Get as much information as you can. Reach out to people. Sometimes they have time to answer, sometimes they don't. But we have the technology to connect. And I would say, do your research. If there's something that you're interested in doing, find out about how that works, and what are the steps you can take. Study, take some classes, see if, the process of the work interests you really. And the one thing that we all have access to now, and I just referenced, create your own work. You can put something up on YouTube easily, quickly, and see how that feels.
Yeah. Solid advice coming from a very accomplished Jamaican actress. Thank you so much for talking with us. We're proud of you, and we wish you all the best going forward. Thank you so much, Kimberly.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend now.
Thanks, you too.
All right, bye-bye. That was a chat there with Kimberly Huie, and she's an award-winning actress and writer and producer, and she's currently playing a role in the nighttime drama Kings of Napa on the OWN network in partnership with Warner Brothers. Jamaican doing very, very well. We commend her. Appearing on the program with us right now, none other than Admiral Bailey. Morning, Mr. Bailey.
Yeah, man, morning. Wap right.
Admiral Bailey, you have taken over social media.
Yo, one way or the other.
Virgin Wagwan.
Well, they attack my mind, you know?
Well, somebody has to. And we all need to play our role and play our part. And we expect it from entertainers. But, you know, your conversation and your argument on social media, do you think it's fallen on deaf ears? And can I ask this, Richie B?
Yes.
And everything that you said,
do you
stand by it 100%?
That's what we want to know.
All right. First and foremost, yeah. I when I did this, I did it from my heart. I did it because, you know, I think the people that want to hear a voice, people like us that is influential, and people look up to us. We need to start more, you know, and I wish other people come out. I see some other people start, you know, follow, and that's good. Now, I don't have any doubt that this has hit some nerves, some powerful nerves, and because I can't walk in peace. I mean, you know, the police, they must salute me, the soldier, they must salute me. You know, I mean, people have said, boy, I look like, boy, I need to go up to the parliament and present the crime plan. And, you know, I trust me, I never know that this singer would have been so international and so worldwide, because I have come to the understanding that all of the media platform that this has shown and has gone viral.
Yeah. But let me ask you. So
I am even jokingly saying to myself, boy, I wonder if I didn't put out a new song, it would have go viral so quick.
Well, the natural thing to do is to get a song to follow this. Believe you me, Admiral, you need a song to accompany this post.
Yeah, and then the question, do I stand by it? Yes, I stand by it. The only thing I'm going to say, because sometime in life, when you set things and then you do a little, what I call it now, research, and certain things come to your attention, then you have to just call a spade a spade.
Right.
In the comment, I also called for the minister to be fired. And when I do back some research and I look on it, I kind of realize the national security minister anti in a certain way that when I do back the research, we are still under the colonialism of England, meaning that most of our laws and rules and regulations still come under the Queen of England. Now, England has banned all capital punishment, including hanging. And so being, that is why it is so difficult for right now for us to go back to hanging when I do back the research and it has come to my attention. So, hence, I'm going to take off little of the whip for the minister.
That's a retraction. That's a retraction, okay.
Yes, but I'm going to beat everything else. I stand with everything else. The commissioner must go. You know.
Hold on. Say no more. We have to take a commercial break. We come right back with more from Admiral Bailey.
All
Stay
right,
tuned.
Cool. Come on, warm up, you know.
Stay right where you are. By the way, the Reggae Boys didn't do well last night at all, my brother.
No.
But that's for another occasion. What I want to talk to you about now is what was the trigger? What triggered off this reaction and this post the other day?
Well, the killing gets to me, you know, and then the killing, the type of killing. Let me first say that. Yeah. The one with the little boy in the car, it really touched me. Yeah. The killing of a two little girl on the East Kingston, I think that's Central Kingston. Mm-hmm. You know, all these little things. I remember Richie B and the DJ Rye. Mm-hmm. we are not going to sit here and be like hypocrites and behave like when we were young, killing wasn't around. But I think the difference between the bad man or the gunman or whatever you want to call him back in our time, when a man a war with Richie B, him wait till him say Richie B, why Richie B? Them nowadays, brother, them a war with Richie B, and them say Richie B mother or Richie B daughter, yeah, and them want to kill Richie B mother and them want to kill Richie B daughter. There was a time also when daylight was a safe haven in our way. When a man want to kill you, you know, say, all right, you can't go where you go in a day, because I'm not try killing in the day, and then night time now you have to hide. No, the man them get so heartless, them are killing a nigga son hot. Them are kill you side a police station, them are kill you, it don't matter where you're there. Yeah, them are come for you. I see a little clip in the other day on social media in which some man execute a man by beheading him and have him head a kick like a football into a room. Richie B. It touched me now, man. It get out of hand. I mean, the criminal are heartless.
Yes, sir.
And then when you look at some of the time, the motive behind some of the killing, yeah, you have to wonder. Because nowadays, you know, Richie B, a spliff and a grabber and a special can cost a life, you know. That's all a man have to do. Give one of these criminals and him just come kill you, you know. People are execute people for $1,500 a beer. I mean, them take pleasure in killing. And we, as people with voices, yeah, can't just be sitting down and waiting until it reach one of our family members close to home before we start talk. No, is the time we have to get together and start talk.
All of us. Yes.
All of us. Yeah, all of us have to jump on the train now and make these criminals realize, say, listen, good, decent citizen is against them. Because we more than them and nothing than them, you know. It's just we to put all the things and the tools in place, yeah, in order to rectify this, you know.
I'm trying to remember if in your post you made some recommendations in terms of how we can stop the flow of guns.
Yeah, man, I did. No, one of my thing that I had said, right? Richie B,
yeah,
DJ Roy, there are a lot of times police and citizen, licensed firearm citizen, are in position where a crime is taking place and could have assist or prevent the crime from taking place, but them look elsewhere. Why they look elsewhere? When a man have him licensed firearm, Richie B, and see a man a kill a man or see a man a rob a man or whatever, a woman or vice versa, and him try to intervene or him intervene, the pressure where that licensed firearm man come under is like him and the criminal, him commit the offense. No, when you put a licensed firearm holder or a police officer, yeah, where Indicom and Jamaica for Justice and all these people are concerned, when a man with him licensed firearm see an offense been taking place or a criminal act, him go and hold him head straight because it is not immediately affecting him. And him don't have the time to go through all of them problems there, all of them inconvenience there. So one of my recommendations was deputize all licensed firearm holder. You remember back in our days, you used to have home guard. Who remember home guard? You don't remember home guard?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So let the licensed firearm holders act like home guards. Yeah? Carry them go wherever you want, carry them go Jamaica House, wherever, and let them swear on a oath, just like when a police are swearing or whatever. So it's like you're deputizing them, they're a deputy. Right? So when acts taking place, they can assist the police. There are many times like the firearm holders are in situation where police are there, but them can stop the crime, but them don't stop the crime or interview because it's not immediately infecting them and them come under too much pressure. Them take with them gun in the come, this year come, carry them down a station, have them down there for the whole day, one bag of something. Nobody now have time for them something, Richie B.
Yeah.
Yeah? So if you deputize like a firearm holder, I say, listen to me. We need you to assist the police in fighting crime. There will be a lot of times you have prevention of crimes because like a firearm holder are there.
Okay. Now, Admiral, you mentioned some things that you wanted the police or security forces to stop doing, like, having their cell phones, you mentioned, you also mentioned that they need to come out of the cars and the trucks and start walk. What do you think that the government should be doing to assist them in their plight, assist them in their fight? Because they also need help. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. They also need help. They're
right.
undermanned, undergunned, and underpaid.
So listen how the government are going to help them now. This is one of the things that I also said. Mm-hmm. When you have a man, when you have a constable, not a man, maybe that's called a spade. When you have a constable, right, walking up and down, driving up and down, patrolling, and you have him doing that for 10 years, and him can't get promoted to a corporal, that is demotivation. You're demotivating him, right? You're not giving him no inspiration to get up a morning time and go to work. Because why? If I go to work and do my job good, I can get 2 stripes. When you have a sergeant, because me no sergeant no way, them a sergeant over 20 years and can't turn inspector. So when you have a sergeant for over 20 years and you don't promote him to inspector, what kind of motivation that I give him? You demotivate him. Because me know some of those sergeants have a fact right now. The only intention in them head right now is to migrate. Mm-hmm. Because it's like them buck. Right?
Stagnation, yeah. They're not going forward.
3, when you take a man out of the army, right, you have a deputy commissioner of police. And you take a man out of the army and come turn him in a commissioner of police. Over the deputy commissioner of police, when they know how much years, we know the ins and outs of the roads, we know which road for take to go down in a jungle, we know which road for take to go down in a Tivoli, and take to go down in a Towile, and you bring in an army man, when they open a park camp, sit down in a nice place, right, and come to them in a commissioner of police. Yeah, they motivate the people in the force.
Admiral.
Because a man knows that when he's a deputy commissioner, he's not going to further him book. That is why most of the deputy commissioner, once them turn deputy commissioner, them resign. The commissioner them resign. And because he will never turn commissioner of police under the present system and how we have it.
And it's more than once that they've actually brought army men to lead the police force too.
More than one time. Yeah. It happened long now. It happened too long. So you demotivate the police. In other words, the police are now no incentive.
I hear you.
Then you owe them. You have no money not there to pay them. Promote them.
This is likely to be our final question as we have gone over the time allotted. But Admiral, I'm asking you based on a message that I just received. Are you prepared to have a conversation with the powers that be to present your case, so to speak, to them as you have on social media?
Right now, I'm ready. They know I'm ready. I'm not back down.
Okay.
As I said, the only thing I kind of rethink is the national security position.
Make him stay.
And why I do that? Because I do the research. I don't want when I come on the media like how me interview, the company media blind and dumb and like me not have sense. So when I review that, I realize I'm anti in that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah? But all of these things when me I say the punishment for gun. When you find a man with a gun, illegal gun, give him 30 years alone for that. When a man knows him will get 30 years for one gun, he now walk with it.
Mm-hmm. Loud and clear.
Because the penalty is so severe.
Yeah. Admiral, we're out of time. Thank you for talking.
When a man kill a man, when I catch a man with a gun and him kill a man, and you give him 25 years to life, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell him say him eligible for parole in 10 or 15, and then him go in and him beat the parole case, and him come back and road. He won't kill again.
Yeah. Gone right back to where I'm accustomed to.
Gone right back to where I come from. So once you do that, you don't see back road none at all. Start do like where America do. Give some man some 200 year and some 100 year. Deterrent. All right.
It's also business in America, Admiral Bailey. Locking up the youths in America, it become a form of business. They make so much money for each person that is put into the jail system in America. So it kind of looks different. But Admiral, we are fresh out of time. But I want to close with this on a lighter note, Admiral Bailey. 19 years ago, you were in the studios of Irie Jam Radio. 19 years ago. We celebrate 29 years this year. I wasn't here in the beginning, but you did this for Irie Jam on their 10th anniversary.
Well, hear this. This is the Irie Jam 10-year anniversary. And you don't know when you have to 10 years in the business, you have to a whole heap of year in the business. So you see the laugh you 10 years what a laugh.
So I need a 29th year. On a lighter note, I need a 29th year laugh. Okay, Admiral?
Hey, I'm bad enough. I can't pick up something, brother.
19 years ago.
On the subject of that laugh, I interviewed him at this first radio station that I worked at, and I said, "Bust the laugh there. Hear him now? Richie B, the laugh you're going on price, you know, you have to pay for it."
Yeah, man, price.
Admiral, great talking with you, brethren.
Yeah, man.
Much love.
Yeah, man, and respect, you know. Sorry to have some more time, because we have some holy things to talk
a lot more. Maybe there will be a part 2.
Again, man.
Yeah, man. Part 2.
Right. Enough love and respect. You're man.
Much love, Bridget.
Richie B, you don't know the thing set up.
Yes, I am. Big up, big up. That's a laugh, ladies and gentlemen.
Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go, The Bridge, 99 FM.